Reese, and welcome to the kitchen. Today, again, we are in Dallas, Texas, in my kitchen, and I'm going to be making a heart-shaped Rice Krispie cake. I'm going to be using the leftover marshmallows that I had from making the heart-shaped marshmallows for Valentines. And this was a cute cake, heart-shaped, with buttercream icing on the top, and then you can decorate it for Valentines. It can also be made, of course, Rice Krispies with normal marshmallows, but as I have the leftover marshmallows, I'll be using those. The ingredients that you'll need to make the Rice Krispie cake with buttercream icing are, you'll need Rice Krispies, you'll need salt, powdered sugar, vanilla, marshmallows, either your homemade marshmallows or a bag of marshmallows. You'll need butter, you'll need milk, you'll need a Ziploc to put the buttercream icing in to decorate the cake with, or you can use a piping bag. You need decorations if you want to decorate the top of the cake. I've got some cherry jelly hearts. You could use conversation hearts or red hearts. I've got different red and pink sprinkles, and I've got multicolored sparkling sugar. And then you'll also need red food coloring to make the icing either pink or red. And also I want my Rice Krispie treat cake to be pink. So if you're using the already pink marshmallows, then we may not need any more food coloring. But if you're using the white marshmallows, you may want to put a little bit of food coloring in there. You also need the following equipment and utensils. You'll need a mixer to mix your icing. You'll need a large microwavable bowl to mix your Rice Krispie treats in. You'll need a 1 cup measuring cup. You'll need a measuring cup to measure out your Rice Krispie treats. Need a spoon to stir the Rice Krispie treats. You'll need a spatula to put the buttercream icing. Either you can smear it on the cake, or you can take it and put it in a Ziploc or a piping bag to pipe the icing all over the cake. You'll need measuring spoons. And if you are using your own homemade marshmallows, I have a weighing scale here. You'll need 10 ounces of marshmallows, so I'll just weigh it out. And I do always throw in a couple of extra, so I would do 11 ounces. And then I have a heart-shaped pan here to help me make the Rice Krispie cake heart-shaped. Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is get ready for your buttercream icing. You want to it takes 2 sticks of butter, so take your 2 sticks of butter out and set them aside and let them get room temperature. So next we'll do our Rice Krispies, and I have got my marshmallows in a large microwavable bowl. You'll need, if you're using a package of marshmallows, it's a 10-ounce package, or about 40 marshmallows, or 4 cups. So I measured out and I weighed it just to make sure that I had 10 ounces. And I always throw in a couple of extra marshmallows, or an ounce or 2 more of the marshmallows, just to give the Rice Krispies good marshmallowy flavor. So to your marshmallows, you're going to add, the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of butter, and I always throw in an extra tablespoon. just, you're adding extra marshmallows and it just makes it better. And I always, always, always use real butter. It makes a big difference. I would not ever use margarine. So I cut the butter up in pieces and I've placed it in my bowl. And so now I will put my bowl in the microwave and microwave until the marshmallows, they swell up and you can tell when the butter's melted and you can tell when the marshmallows have melted. So let me place it in the microwave. Okay, I have microwaved my marshmallows. I microwaved them for about 3.5 minutes. So as you can see, they're nice and big and melty. So I'm just going to stir it all together with the butter. Your cake to be pink, then you could go ahead and add your drops of red food coloring to the desired color pink you wanted. So I start adding, this is 2 cups right here. A little bit more than, so that's my Rice Krispies are all pretty much nice and coated. So now, watch the bowl, it's a little warm. Now I'm going to put my Rice Krispies in my cake pan. And once again, if you don't have a heart-shaped cake pan, you can use any cake pan. Or you could use a muffin tin and make cupcakes. Or you could put them in a normal pan that you would normally make Rice Krispies in. And you can, watch me fling this across the kitchen. You can cut them out heart-shaped with cookie cutters or something like that. So you just want to get all the marshmallow Rice Krispies out and into the pan. And I just press it down into the pan here. And I will set it aside. I'm stuck to the spoon. So there will be my Rice Krispie cake, and I'll set it aside and let it set up so that then we can decorate it. While your Rice Krispies are getting set up, let's go ahead and make the buttercream icing. Like I said, you'll need 2 sticks of butter, room temperature, nice and soft. Don't stick it in the microwave to melt it. Just stick it out in the room temperature for a while. So for some reason, when making buttercream, if you melt it in the microwave a little bit to get it soft, it seems to change the consistency and doesn't work quite as well. So I've already put 1 stick in my mixer. So I will put the other stick in, nice and soft. And I'm just going to beat this to get it creamy for a moment. So now you can see it's nice and creamy. So now I'm going to add my 3 to 4 cups of powdered sugar. I've got 3 cups measured out here. You won't know if you need 4 cups until the end to check the consistency on it. So at first just add your 3 cups. You can measure it out as you go, or you can put it all in a bowl like I did. Put your mixer on low so it does not fly everywhere. And just slowly add your powdered sugar. Let it get mixed all in there. You can also sift it. I really don't ever sift anything, but if you're a sifter, feel free to sift your powdered sugar. I really have never found that it's necessary. So I've added the 3 cups there, and as it mixes together, I just turn it up just a little bit more. My butter has stuck to the side, so I'm going to take my spatula here and just kind of get the butter along a little bit. And fling powdered sugar and butter everywhere across the kitchen. So I'm going to turn it back on. And you're just going to mix it until it looks like it is all mixed together. Probably about 3 minutes or so. Okay. You can now see it kind of has a frosting-like consistency to it. So now I'm going to turn it back on low, and you'll need 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk or cream. I'm using just a whole milk, and I've already measured it out. At first, just add about 3 tablespoons. You'll need 1/4 of a teaspoon, lost my teaspoons, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This is just a sea salt. You can use iodine salt. And you'll need 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And don't use vanilla, imitation vanilla. Just spend the extra couple of dollars on the real vanilla. It makes a huge difference. You can also get that Mexican vanilla that I think has a little bit of a cinnamon taste to it, but it's a pretty good price, and you always get a large bottle of it. So once you get this all together, and before you can see the consistency here. It's not too bad. And it tastes really good. Now before you add any other powdered sugar or milk or anything to change the consistency, I want to make my icing pink. So I've got my red food coloring. And I just added 6 drops. And it has made it a pretty light pink color. This doesn't make a lot of icing, so if you're making several, you might want to make 2 batches. You can always store it in the refrigerator. Now that's actually a really nice consistency, so I don't need to add anything. Tastes really good. So I'm just going to scrape this down, show it to you here, and I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator just for probably 5 to 10 minutes, just to let it set a little bit while my Rice Krispies are setting, and then we'll decorate the cake. Okay, so now I have gotten my icing out of the freezer, or out of the refrigerator. Don't freeze it. and it's a little thicker. So I've already started filling up my Ziploc bag, or your pastry bag. If you're using a Ziploc, you just put it in, and at the corner, you just cut a piece off, and it makes a hole, and you can squeeze it through there. So I just take my spatula, and I fill up my bag. And just seal it. It's a little messy. It's okay, you can lick it all off. It's good. So I've sealed it. And you can either, if you're doing it in a heart-shaped form, you can leave it in there, or you can take it out. I won't be serving it right away, so I'm just going to decorate it in the form. But if you want to take it out, let it dry, really, so it's not sticky anymore. And then you can plop it out onto a tray or a plate and decorate the tray or plate with roses or little sprinkle hearts or anything like that. But I'm just going to leave it in this because I'm not serving it right away. So I'm just going to take my icing, and you squeeze it down. And I'm just going to pipe it onto the top of my heart here. First, I'm just going to do the outline of the outside. You can always come back if you need to and fill it. So I've outlined it. You can stop here. You can pipe little hearts or big hearts. Just fill them in. You can always take a spoon and smooth over the back side of a spoon and kind of smooth it over if you want to. And if you run out of icing, you can always just make another batch. As you saw, it's really easy to make buttercream. So there's the 3 hearts on there. And then I'm going to take some pink sprinkles and sprinkle on my hearts. And a little red sprinkles. And there's a cute little, you can also take, like I said, conversation hearts, or you can take some of these little hearts, just put a dab. These are just red jelly hearts I got at the drugstore. You can just decorate it any way you want to. So there it's got the little hearts all over it. I might move that one down there. Or like I said, you can fill the whole cake in with the icing. So then you just cut and enjoy, and it will last a few days. With the buttercream icing, you are going to want to stick it in the freezer. I mean, in the refrigerator. I keep wanting to say freezer. So I think everybody will like it, and enjoy. Thanks for joining.